And then jumping back to science, you mentioned psychological safety, particularly as it relates to, I think you said interview performance. So I'd love to know what you mean by that, how you see that play out, and how do you, as a TA leader, help create that for candidates and, quite frankly, other stakeholders in the company that are involved in the process.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's definitely a multifaceted approach to it. It's, again, transparency in every step of the process, like giving candidates insights into what they're going to be evaluated on. And I don't know why more people don't do that. I think like you wrote papers in school and you always got a rubric, so you knew exactly what you were being graded on. And we don't provide that same. We expect people to get on a call with somebody they don't know at all and perform extremely well under pressure when the stakes are often very high for some of these folks, and recall on the spot 20 years of their experience in their career. And it is crazy to me that we feel like people can perform under that kind of pressure. And so I like giving very detailed context about what candidates can expect in a call. And I'll even go as far to include the questions that they're going to be asked, because I don't think gatekeeping interview questions, unless they're very skill-based questions, is going to help us assess them better or help them perform worse, you know? And so I think that is like one piece of just being very transparent about what they can expect. And they go into the interview very well prepared because they know what they're going to be asked or what they're being judged on. Because at the end of the day, when you're in an interview, you feel very judged, as much as we try not to make it a judgment. But then it's also on the like hiring team side, is making sure interviewers are very well calibrated. So they're not making decisions based on vibes or gut feel, having very structured interviews so that we are asking candidates the same question and aren't making decisions on if this is somebody I'd like to get a beer with after work. And then training, like making sure that we do bias training, but also, you know, with some of the AI tools and like AI note takers now that are recording interviews, being able to actually go back and watch those interviews and do some actual performance training on interviews is really helpful as well, to help people understand like kind of your demeanor in this interview doesn't create a very safe and welcoming space for this candidate, or vice versa. And so how can we adjust and modify, especially in a remote world where a lot of body language and that kind of context is lost. So yeah, it's a lot to create that psychologically safe space in interviews. And I don't think historically we've always had a strong focus on it. So we're trying to change a long time of behavior that, you know, wasn't supporting that type of environment.